Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams. I know niggas who played ball and gave it up for lean.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams, but my account in overdraft, I'm about to scream.
Rich man greed,
A poor man prayers,
every man bleeds.
but look how God made us.
Too many losses, it's only right that we win. I made a promise I'm never gonna lose again. Lose again, lose again, lose again, lose again, lose again.
Under the Fair Use Act, these videos are for information and educational purposes, and I do not own the rights to any of these videos that are shown. All rights reserved to the original content creators.
Oh, my bad. There we go. All right. My bad. Yo, what's going on? It's your boy SL550, and this is the Never Gonna Lose Again podcast. Let me see. There we go. There we go. There we go. My bad to turn it up. Before we start, man, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Also, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time your boy go live. So, I ain't been bullshitting, but I kind of have been a little bit, but I just had a lot going on. But I'm like, man, I got to get back in here. It's been so much going on. And I just had a lot going on. I haven't been able to get back on here, but I need to get back. Need to get back. So today, man, we're going to tap in with RJ Talks TV. He's going to kind of go into Gavin Newsome and how he's just blatantly telling lies. And Gavin Newsome actually makes a comment that is inherently racist, bro. Like, these people don't even know that they're being racist. They're trying so hard to be down and to act as if though they relate to the black struggle and all of this shit. And it makes them sound incredibly stupid. Like, nobody can go back and see that you grew up with the silver spoon. Like, like you act like it's not hard to see what high school you went to. It's not hard to see your family's wealth and things like that. Like, this is like public information, man. But anyway, man, Gavin Newsome, obviously always saying some dumb shit, always lying directly to the people, just be lying for no reason, bro. And then we're gonna get into Brian Maxwell going over how when Trump got elected, a lot of people were, acting like they were scared, and they're going to flee the country and go to another country that's going to be better than America because Trump is in office and he's a authoritarian. And he's going to be, killing people and all of this dumb shit that they was trying to put out there. Now, I've seen many stories before this, but he's going to play a story from somebody that went to Canada. And they're realizing that in Canada, it's way more expensive, and you're actually an immigrant going to Canada as a U.S. citizen. So you're not getting the same rights that you would here in the States. So they're regretting the movement like they made. It's stupid, bro. And if we got time, we're going to go into Trump talking about how they strike down some of his tariffs and how he feels about that. But let's get into this first story, man.
All right, Patriots. Now, this video right here is what you call FAFO, because I'm not sure if you had heard, but there was a big campaign with the deranged leftists where it was flee America, flee Trump's America. And so you literally had people, American citizens, not illegal immigrants, that were quitting their jobs, packing up their families, and leaving, going to other countries. But I got to tell you this, for them to talk so negative about America and put America down, you're going to hear 3 stories of 3 deranged leftists who fled the country, and they are begging to come back. And when you hear these stories, it's going to make your heart warm, because we've heard all of the BS talk about, oh, America's this and America's that. And that, especially when we got illegal immigrants talking crap about the country after fleeing theirs to come here for a better life. Like the Mexicans who talked so much negative stuff. Go back to Mexico now. where they're warring all over the place and the cartels are about to take over the government? Or how about those people from Somali? Oh, America's so bad, Ilhan Omar. Why don't you go back to Somalia? Oh, that's right. You would probably be beheaded because your father was the chief executioner that was a part, matter of fact, one of the leaders of the freaking genocide that took place in Somalia. But these are the people who talk negative on America. So deranged leftist number one, listen to this story and listen to her as she shares some situations that happened with her that she was just so shocked by. But I assure you, you will laugh. Check this first one out.
I'm a scholar.
And first of all, off the rip, it says, Canadians, please help.
Far right who
If I
has
was
fled the
Canadians,
United
I'd be like,
States to
fuck you.
Canada, and I need help. The situation in Canada is absolutely dire. For Americans who don't know, the housing crisis here is worse than in the United States.
Oh,
I
is
lived in
it?
LA for 6 years, and I have not faced rent as bad as here. When my partner, our cat, and our dog
So hold on. She said she lived in LA for 6 years. And she said it's worse than LA.
fled the United States, we headed north with the goal of being close to where our families are located, which is on the West Coast. So we are now in British Columbia. More specifically, we are in the Sea to Sky Highway in the Greater Vancouver area. We are attempting to find housing in this the western side of this region. My partner and I are here on a visitor visa, which is a 6 months possible stay for America.
So wait a second. I apologize for stopping this, but you mean to tell me that Canada has immigration laws? One of the main things that made this, because she's got other videos, one of the main things that made this deranged leftist flee America because
Yo, that's what's so funny, bro, is that they doing all of this stuff, all this hooting and hollering about illegal immigrants being in America and how they deserve to be here and all of this garbage, right? And then these people are going to these other countries and realizing, hold on, these other countries don't ain't doing nothing that they were allowing immigrants to do in America at all, bro. If I was anybody in Canada, I'd be like, you stupid, bitch. I ain't giving you shit.
of the immigration
I'm
and
fucked
Trump was
up.
so bad. But Canada's giving her only 6 months, and it's on a visitor, a temporary visa.
Americans. But while you're here on a visitor visa, you can't work. So we are currently surviving off of what savings we could get together before we fled the United States. And that's not terribly much. And in Canada, I think it's actually the cost of living crisis is worse here, especially when you are shut out of the healthcare system, when you can't access any of the resources that Canadians have access to. And that's understandable. You know,
It's understandable. Listen to what she's saying. It's understandable for Canada to not allow illegal immigrants, which she is. She's not illegal, but she's there on a visitor's visa, so she's there legally. But I mean, she's a alien. She's not Canadian. It's cool for them as Canadians to not allow you to have access to the healthcare system. But here in America, we're supposed to allow everybody to have access to what Americans should only have access to. Like, do you hear this shit, bro? You can't make this up, bro.
Citizen of the country, but it is making the financial situation dire because we can't work. Because there are 2 adults, a cat and a dog, we are looking for more than a room, but 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom for free or below market rates. And I know that's a huge ask, but that's what we need. Canadians have.
Hold on, she said. First of all, she being picky. She said we're looking for a room, but more preferably a 1 or 2 bedroom, like for free or below market rates. She just talked about how much rent is. And do you think somebody is going to allow you to move in their home for free? Yeah, maybe for a week or 2.
Been asking where I'm located and what I need because y'all are such lovely human beings.
You're gaslighting.
This is the ask.
This is the ask.
If you could help me by interacting, reposting this video, I would very much appreciate it to get this out there. As horrified as I am to be revealing my location, because I'm trying to find a way to get us housing. So if you are on Vancouver Island, if you are in the Vancouver or Surrey area, with a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, let us know. We can pay rent, but it would probably have to be below market rate. Please let me know if that's possible. You can leave a comment and I'll get in touch with you, or DM me. I will be checking my messages regularly. I will be paying very close attention to this post. If we can't find housing, we're going to have to leave, and I don't know where we'll go. So
How about you just go back to America, you fucking stupid moron? Yo, the stuff people do, bro. And then, like, she wants people to feel bad, go into their pockets, and they will. That's one thing about it. They post anything. Oh, we need to GoFundMe. We're fighting against the revolution. It's a revolution. And everybody putting up money. Oh, man, this is another scam. This is another Democrat scam to get some money real quick. They going to run it up, though. They at least going to get a little 10, 20,000 real quick. A
I
little
hope that this
GoFundMe.
works.
I bet
Thank
you
you.
do.
Now, if you're enjoying this video, do me a solid, hit that thumbs up.
Yo, shout out to Brian
Millions. This is
Maxwell,
just
man.
Flee Trump's America. Got to Canada, only got a visitor's visa, can't work,
Sick.
not a part of the system to get
Sick.
housing like in America, where we gave millions. This is just one person. We get millions of illegal immigrant stuff, and
Oh my God,
her money's
bro.
running out, and now
Can't make
she's
it up.
begging for help. Oh, that's story number one. That'll make you feel good, don't it?
Yo, this makes me feel so good seeing people go into these other countries and realize how good they actually had it in the United States of America. Are they stupid? Do they think literally every country has people who are fleeing to where? America. They're coming to America, whether it's to get an education, whether it's to live, to get a better life for their family. They're coming to America. So you're going to be the rebellious one, the stupid one, and say, "No, I don't like America," and flee. You goofy. You deserve everything that happens to you. I'm just being honest, bro. People in America are so spoiled, bro. They don't even know. They don't even know, bro. It's people in other countries, bro, that would beg to live in our jails. That's how much of a third world country and how bad it is there and where they live at, bro. There's people that will, you know, fucking sleep on a ship in a box to make it to America to live in one of our prison cells. You're like, come on, bro. Just being honest. And that's not shitting on other countries. I'm just saying that that's just the reality, bro. A lot of people in America do not realize how good they have it here. Yes, it's things high, it's things messed up here, yes. But instead of holding the people that truly are responsible, accountable, they don't do that. They just, bro, these people are dumb and stupid.
It makes me feel
On
good.
to the
If
next
this was
story.
any other situation, you want to know something? I wouldn't want somebody to live like that. But this
Me
person was
neither.
idiotic enough to flee the country
Dummy.
because she got sold, especially living in L.A., she got sold the hype of, oh my God, America is going to crumble.
She said, hold on, you got to remember that though. She said in Canada, the cost of living, rent, everything is worse than here in America. She said worse than LA. And LA is bad, bro. So that goes to show you how it ain't all cracked up to what you think in these other countries, bro.
It's insane. She deserves everything that she gets. Now let's check out FAFO number 2, who took her children, sold everything, and decided to flee. Check this one out.
Yes.
I just don't know what to do.
When it starts off with tears, it just makes me excited. Yes.
The closer school was our second choice, but it had double the class size, which is big, and it had
white
less
women,
availability
boy.
for my toddler. So she could go like half as often. So while yes, that costs less, then it also means I can work less. And I'm here on the DAF visa trying to start my own business, so I need to work and try and generate some income for my family because we just made this giant move and we're living on one income. And we're just having a hard time this morning, just kind of like questioning everything. And maybe this is normal in the first few weeks of moving. I don't know. But just a hard morning.
Yo, at what point do you look in the mirror, right? Like my thing is this. These people are so brainwashed, especially these liberal white women, bro. What is wrong with these women, bro? They are out of control, bro. I'm just being honest, bro. For you to just make a crazy dramatic move, not only just for you, but for your whole family, and go to a place you do not know, you're not familiar with, you know nothing about, and all because of propaganda. Like, just think about it. If this woman right here, and even another one, would have just actually took the Trump derangement syndrome, put it to the backside real fast, actually looked into the actual claims against Donald Trump that these people have, she wouldn't have never left America. Because it's not hard to realize that these Democrats lie to you on a daily basis, you know, are far from transparent, aren't doing anything. They weren't doing anything for the last 5 years that was positive, that benefited any Democrat U.S. born citizens at all. Everything that they did only helped illegal immigrants stay here in America. So, and that's all they've been fighting for Trump's whole first year, is to keep illegal immigrants in this country. Fighting Trump, on and on and on. Not fighting for U.S. born citizens here, the ones who got him in office, not fighting for them, not trying to fight to lower costs, not trying to keep us out of wars. No, they were feeding the wars, they were ruining the country, and at the same time letting all these illegal immigrants come in here and give them health care, food, housing, everything. We talking about billions and billions and billions on top of billions of dollars down the tube to illegal immigration alone, bro. It's not even including all the other things that went on.
Another
Can't make this
example
stuff
of
up,
what
bro.
Trump derangement will get you. Now, this story was truly a rock and sock'em. She decided to move to a third world country and somehow thought it was going to work out. But let's check out this FAFO candidate.
Big dummies.
Check this out and leave a comment. I would love to know, how do you feel looking at these people as they stress and they're freaking out? How do you feel? Do you feel sad?
No.
Do you feel happy as I do about it? Again, the human side of me, the Most High God that's in me says, oh man. But the American patriot in me says, screw that crap. Nobody forced you to do it. You did it. On the heels of all of the stuff that's taking place, your bed now, you know the rest. Check this one out. This is a doozy.
If you're an American who is considering leaving the country to move somewhere else, make sure that the location you choose isn't based off of fear and lack mentality. I regret moving to Costa Rica. It's a beautiful country. I love the nature and wildlife, but moving to a third world country where I don't know the language, I don't have any connections, resources, or opportunities, that didn't make my life any easier by any means. I was just so scared of what's going on in America politically that I was in fight or flight. I was like, how am I going to afford to survive? Like, how am I going to find a place to live? Like, I was freaking out. And then I came here and made my life so much harder. And now I'm trying to go back and I just wish I didn't leave in the first place. And it's so weird to want to move to America right now with everything that's going on. But I just left so many privileges and resources behind and I want them back. It sucks. But
bro, just look how privileged this bitch is, bro. Bro, do you hear this? Just had so much privilege and so much going on. I have all my friends and I gave it all up because I was so scared because of what they were telling me. Yo, these people are fucking stupid, bro. They just believe anything, bro. These people were gaslit into leaving the country.
I kind of grew up in an interesting way. I was the poorest person in the wealthiest rooms throughout most of my childhood. I was extremely wealthy till I was age 6. I had this beautiful waterfront mansion with a private beach and pool. And then my parents got divorced and I ended up with a parent who didn't have money. So we were living out of trailers and hotels and lower income housing, but I was still in these really wealthy situations. I was in private school and cotillions and dance lessons. And I always thought that I was so poor because I was the poorest person that I knew. And all of my friends had millionaire and billionaire parents. Now that I've traveled, I've seen real poverty and I'm I wasn't poor. But
Well,
As a kid, I had these really luxurious vacations through my friends
like
and
for
family
real.
members where like my first introduction to Costa Rica, it was like when I was 17 years old. I came with my friend's family and we stayed at exclusive resorts. We were having lunch at the Four Seasons, and like same with my Hawaii experiences. My family friends took me and we stayed at the Grand Wailea and the Hyatt, all these really fancy luxury resorts, and we would explore the areas too, but living in Nana-Vale or Pahoa is very different than taking a vacation at the Grand Wailea or Four Seasons. So, my travels and moves, I've really realized how privileged I've been. And there's a lot of
Word.
things that like made me run away from LA and Orange County, some traumatic experiences and terrible people. But I left a lot of resources and great people behind, and I need to be in those environments again. I really miss luxury environments.
We can tell you really miss the luxury life. Now you're eating dirt and mayonnaise sandwiches. You big dummy. You deserve it. Everything you get. I wish nothing bad on her, of course. But like, bro, this is what you get. You're dumb. You're stupid. And we can tell. Like this guy, bro. That's why I said, bro. People in America are so spoiled, bro. They don't know. Even like in our hoods, don't get it fucked up. People had a lot of people, you know. I was poor growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, but our poor, bro, in certain countries, poor is two different poors. It make you feel like you wasn't even poor, bro. To be honest. So yeah, in an American, you know, lifestyle, poor is a certain way. In these other countries, bro, they really running around bare feet, no clothes, like, you know what I'm saying? All that. And people, like, she is realizing, just like most people, if they did, I'm pretty sure there's some countries that would be great to move to, too. That's better than America. You know what I mean? But these people are moving to, like dumb places. Like, you're dumb for that. Like, if I'm going to move, I'm going to move to, like, the Emirates or, you know, somewhere that's, like, better. But I just don't understand how these people are so easily manipulated. Like they really thought that Donald Trump was going was gonna be this guy who just like out here doing some crazy shit. I wonder what they think now. That's what I want to know. I want to know their political point of views now. It's no way that it's a year in, and you see the things that's going on. Like if you're just logical and you're just honest with yourself, bro, it's no way that you can sit there and say that Trump is this bad guy that they try to make him out to be.
So again, as you heard, another person to win the award
Matter of fact, let me see.
of deranged leftist of the year so far. Now, this one is really going to make you laugh. Wait till you hear where he wants to go back to his home country. Check this one out.
Made up my mind. I will be turning in my DACA and returning to Mexico. I do not want to be captive to this country anymore. Made up my mind.
I don't want to be captives to this country anymore.
I wonder if anybody.
How are you captive, dog? You're here. You like you came here willingly. Like these people are crazy, bro. Anyway, man, we got to get on to the next story. My guy, RJ Talks TV, the one and only. Yo, if you're not tapped in with Brian Maxwell, man, tap in with him, man. Great YouTuber. So is RJ Talks TV, man. But I really fuck with Brian Maxwell. He really put things in, a easy format. Like you understand what's going on. He breaks it down for you. And like he's very transparent about things, and that's what I like in the people that I watch and that I show on my channel. But yeah, man, let's get into this next one with RJ Talks with about Gavin Newsome.
February 23rd. Welcome to the show. Governor of California, Gavin Newsome, ending his political career overnight in a brutal 1-2 self-inflicted blow, pulling a Joe Biden. You'll all end up in chains type blunder, and it just got worse for Gavin Newsome. Also, the likelihood of a U.S. military operation in Mexico rising significantly after yesterday. Lots of questions coming out of Mexico around the killing of El Mencho. Why did they kill him? Mexicans are asking this to their government. They had him in custody, the Mexican military. They say after he was in custody, he got shot. Why exactly? The one man, the best possible witness, source of information on who's been helping, propping up these cartels, that guy is now dead and gone, and a preview of Trump's upcoming State of the Union speech scheduled for tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. Big speech tomorrow. But let's start
Which
here.
is today.
Let's start.
It's happening today. I think it's at 9 p.m. We're not going to be live for it, but make sure y'all go check that out, man. See what the fuck Trump talking
with
about.
what
I
kicked
know I
off
will.
Governor Newsom's current downfall. Because, yes, ladies and gentlemen, he is spiraling. It started with this interview from Saturday. Watch it for yourself. Then we'll get into what happened next.
I love it.
I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just trying to impress upon you. I'm like you.
I'm like you.
I'm no better than you.
I'm no better.
You know, I'm a 960 SAT guy.
960 SAT. Okay. Oh.
And, you know, and I'm not trying to offend anyone,
I
trying
can
to
relate.
act all there if you got 940.
Okay. A 940.
But literally a 960 SAT guy. I cannot, you've never seen me
Never.
read a speech.
Ever. Never
Because
seen
I
it.
cannot read a speech.
Because I can't read. Because I can relate to you.
This may be the wrong business to be in.
So the slimiest governor.
Bro, this nigga is crazy, bro. This nigga said, I'm just like you. I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just trying to press upon you that, my IQ is like a 940. Like, like, I don't even read because I can't read. Because I can relate to you. Because I know y'all can't read. Yo, bro, this nigga is so these people are so racist, bro. They don't even know how to not be. He's trying his best to relate to black folks so bad. And I think he's going to actually show a clip when this guy was on All the Smoke with my guys, Matt Barnes. They got they Democrats, I guess. They had Obama on and stuff like that, whatever. But that doesn't matter. I still fuck with them as basketball players. Steven Jackson and fucking Matt Barnes. Yo, but they had this guy, Gavin Newsome, on, bro. I think he played. I'm gonna wait to see if he played because, bro, this guy is so fucking fake, bro. It's the fakest. Yo, Gavin Newsome is the fakest politician there is, bro. This guy literally says, I don't like liars, and then lies to you. Like, that's how vicious this dude is. He literally just said, I'm not trying to impress you, but I'm trying to press upon you that I can relate to you. So he says all of these things about how he can't read and his IQ score and all of this stuff to say that he's just like you. Does that not sound like he's trying to impress black people, the black people that are in the building, by insulting them, ultimately by assaulting them, saying that he could relate to them, not being able to read, having a low IQ? What are we talking about, bro? These people are crazy, man.
In the country, Gavin Newsom, someone who before today was pegged to be the 2028 Democratic nominee for president, may have just ended his political career accidentally. It is Black History Month right now. Governor Newsom speaking to a crowd of Black Americans. You could see in the clip we just watched his book, his memoir, A Young Man in a Hurry, a memoir of discovery by Gavin Newsom. Yes, this interview was part of his book tour happening this past weekend, and speaking to a black mayor and an audience of predominantly black Americans, he thinks it's a good idea to say, listen, I'm just like
Audrey says the reason why tonight State of the Union. I think that's what that is. State of the Union would be so historic is because it's the first time it would be delivered by someone who was found guilty of felonies and was found liable for sexual abuse. I guess that's historic, I guess. God damn, bro. Was he convicted? That's all I want to know. Like, found liable and all of these things. Found guilty of felonies. Okay.
You black Americans, we are the same. I'm an 960 SAT.
Shout out to Donald Trump, bro. Because this man literally, bro, has everybody so mad and angry. You know what I'm saying? My thing is this. I could care less about any of these politicians, to be honest with you. Right? I fuck with Trump, though, because he's transparent. And he actually does what he says he's going to do. Right? He throws exaggerations in there, of course. And he might even lie every now and again, just like every other politician. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that you, right? Why wasn't you saying the same thing about, because what you're saying is, Audrey, isn't even factual. You know what I'm saying? The case with him and what's that girl name? Jean Carroll, I think her name is, or some shit like that. Stop. Stop it. You sound crazy. And then the 34 felonies, what are they? What are the felonies? And he's never been convicted. So, what are you saying? What about, my whole thing is, why don't you also point the mirror at the Democratic Party too? I mean, because them people, they ain't some racist motherfuckers in the Democratic Party.
Key guy.
Some
Also,
bad
I
people.
too, like you, am illiterate. I can't read either. It doesn't get more
Thanks for the comment,
outright
though. I appreciate it.
racist than that. This coming from the man who plans to win the Democratic nomination for president in 2028. For sure, this clip will come back to haunt him on the campaign trail. And the blowback
Yeah,
from
they
this
gonna bring that
clip
up.
going
Crazy.
thermonuclear on social media. Nicki Minaj absolutely torching Newsome. This post of hers, one of her posts, getting now 5 million views on X, writing, his way of bonding with black people is to tell them how stupid he is and that he can't read. This means my first read on him was correct. He's been handed so many things and put in high positions he never earned or deserved. Yes, that is true and will show you. She goes on, do you want to know the craziest part of this footage that will haunt him forever? He's slowing his speech down and talking in a sporadic cadence. He's not just telling them that they're all probably stupid and probably can't read. He's slowing down his speech to make them understand the words coming out of his mouth as if they are children. That means he really believes they're slow. He's not just saying it. He didn't misspeak. He believes it. Do you love it? Do you just love it, black people?
Yeah.
That's Nicki Minaj. Yes, wake up, people. The Democratic Party is the party of racism. Its roots are steeped in racism. Democrats were the slaveholders.
And that's the parts that a lot of these liberals, don't talk about when I see them on what's the name debate. Why do you still support Trump? I think everybody supports Trump because, I mean, goddamn. I mean, the other side is just not bright at all. And these people are literal thieves. My thing is this, do you really like your your governor, your mayor, your senator? Do you like these people robbing you on the daily? Do you like your president just robbing you? I don't get it. You know, I don't get how y'all love it. Y'all love these politicians just taxing the shit out of us, cause that's the Democratic Party too. They want to raise taxes on everything. We see what's going on in New York City. You see what's going on in Chicago, in Virginia. You see it. This is what they're doing. They lied to you to get the vote, just like Spanberger did in Virginia. In New Jersey, it's going to happen. Guarantee you, I live here in New Jersey. That's why I'm about to get the fuck out of these Democrat states, bro. They're insane. The lady, I don't even remember her name, that was running for, I think the governor's doing the female for New Jersey. Couldn't even say whether or not she wouldn't raise taxes, because this is all they want to do. Why? Because they allow all these illegal immigrants to come in their country, come to their state, give them everything free. Don't look out for their own constituents. That's from America. They ain't looking out for them, but they're gonna look out for these illegals who can potentially be the next, black voters for them, because they seen. And I played this on the channel. These people seen, because they gotta understand, bro. They get all the analytics on all of this stuff that we're talking about. They know the statistics on, registered voters and all of that. So they knew that they were losing the black vote. So the illegal immigration boiled down to them knowing that they were losing the black vote. It wasn't the same for them anymore. So they came up with the scheme to let millions of illegal immigrants in the country so they can replace what they lost with the black vote. I don't get, like, bro, I don't get how black people are fucking with these people who are blatantly racist. We see it all the time with comments they make. Calling you dumb. They call black people dumb on a regular basis. They said that black people They talked about how black people don't own laptops, how they don't know where the DMV is, how they don't know they don't have access to a library, they don't know how to use a smartphone. All of these things to just called the Save Act Jim Crow 2.0. Like, come on, bro, stop. You know what I'm saying? And we continue to keep voting for these people who don't do nothing but keep their foot on your neck and make you vote. That's all they do. Free, 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 free. That's what Mom Donnie did. Oh, I'm gonna give you free this, free this, free this. Now look what he's doing. Right? Telling you the truth. That New York City is fucked over. They in a what was it, $12 billion deficit or some crazy shit. And we need to tax. We don't need to budget. We don't need to get rid of these unnecessary programs, that they are funneling money through to rob you. No, we don't need to cut them programs and save money there so we can pay for the things that we need to do and get done. No, we need to tax the rich, which will never happen. All they're going to do is lose business, and then it's just going to trickle down to you, which they already knew. That's the thing, bro. They already know what they're doing, bro. The whole game plan for them is to keep you dependent on the government. They want large government. The Republican Party wants smaller government. Get rid of all of the waste. You know what I mean? Oh, the Department of Education isn't working. Our kids aren't getting smarter. Get rid of it. That's the logic of a Donald Trump that I like, right? This doesn't make sense. Get rid of it. It's a waste of money. Get rid of it. Not the Democratic Party. Nah, we're doing this experiment. We're trying to figure out if frogs can be transvestites or some bullshit. Oh, we love that idea. We need to do more research. Here goes $500 million for your research. These people are crazy, bro.
We fought
I
a
don't get
civil
it.
war against these people. The Democratic Party, the Civil Rights Movement fought against Southern Democrats who were downright racist pieces of you know what. And still today, which party today is it that makes everything about race? That's now racist, outright racist against whites. That be the Democratic Party. Well, Newsome trying to do damage control, sitting down with what he thought would be a softball interview with Dana Bash of CNN, and it was, don't get me wrong, but he managed to screw this up as well. Bash bringing up Newsome's recent claims about growing up as a poor kid on the wrong side of the tracks, having a tough upbringing. This is what Newsome recently said about his rough and tough childhood.
What'd he say?
Roll the tape.
But also, it was also about paying the bills, man. And it was just like,
Okay, this was him on All the Smoke that I was telling you about. Listen to this, bro. Just look at his body language when he says this shit, bro.
hustling. And so I was out there kind of raising myself, turning on the TV, started, just getting obsessed, sitting there with the Wonder Bread and 5 stacks of,
It's like the White Stack 5 story.
Come on. Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Bro. Are you talking about me?
Young YG.
YG,
But
man. That's
every day in the backyard, just bouncing the basketball, throwing the ball against the wall until the ball is just like fraying, man. And your arms
Entertaining
fall
yourself.
off. That's it, whole thing. So just, and then, then this student that was shitty student is in the back with his head down, all of a sudden started throwing the baseball a little faster than everyone else. And started, make a few free throws because I was sitting there practicing 500 of them every damn night. And in high school, I look up in the stands, my dad's back up there.
Okay, dope.
And it's like, man. And then he's bringing his friends and your captain.
I actually feel bad because this is an old interview, but I actually feel more bad for Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson that they had to endure this and actually act as if though they could relate or that this fucking white boy could relate to them. Like, I just don't like the fact that they allow these people to just because they're Democrats. That's it. They allowed him to come on their show, pretty much disrespect black people, act as if though this is what, like, that's what people don't understand, bro. Like, yes, is the jails filled up with a lot more brown people? Yes. And black people? Yes. Right? But when you talk about the whole population of black folks, we're talking about a very, very minute percentage. of black people that are in the jails, right? You know what I'm saying? Then you got a little bit more of a percentage that are in poverty and things like that. Bro, there is a lot of black, it's a more larger amount of black folks that are out here that are middle class, upper middle class, that are living regular lives, bro, making decent money, and they go on vacations and they do everything that white folks do, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody doesn't have a dad at home, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's story is, oh, my dad wasn't around. It's not everybody's story, bro. You know, my dad was around, but he wasn't around. You know what I'm saying? Him and my mom wasn't together, but he was there when he was there. You feel what I'm saying? So, they just be fronting. But to allow this guy to come on their show and say a bunch of dumb shit. Oh, I had the Wonder Bear stacked this high, and I'm eating macaroni and cheese, and like I was waiting for him to say eat mayonnaise sandwiches and shit. Like, come on, bro, stop the fuck out of here, bro. Anyway, let's see Dana Bash actually
into the team and
talk some shit.
And it just saved me and it got me into college.
Well, that being the last thing Newsome thought he'd be asked about in his CNN interview, but he was brutally exposed for being a complete liar. Newsome, just to be clear, folks, was like an uber rich kid, a super duper rich kid. Grew up in San Francisco. His family was best friends with the billionaire Getty family, the Pelosi's. His family's history to the ultra elite, like the ultra elite, goes back to the Oppenheimers. His grandfather was best friends with the father of the atomic bomb, Robert Oppenheimer. So let's not pretend you were a poor kid, Gavin, surviving off Wonder Bread, like you said. Watch what happened.
13 plus businesses, eventually 20 businesses. We had about 1,000 employees at peak. Not saying that to impress you, but to impress upon you how entrepreneurialism has defined my life. But it was also defined in the relationship to the Getty family. And with that came this notion, well, it was handed to you. It was given to you.
Yes.
You inherited it.
Yes, it was.
As opposed to the hard work and that grind that defined the lived experience.
Can it be both? You have the hard work and grind, and you had doors open.
Yeah. Oh no. And that's.
I mean, it's not just the Gettys. Your grandfather and your father were both very connected in San Francisco.
I'm here because of all of them and their shoulders, and 100%. And it was those two. So all those doors, all the privileges of those relationships, remarkable gifts. And they're deeply mined and discussed there. And then again with a work ethic from my mom. And so it was both and. And so I was comfortable and uncomfortable in so many ways in both worlds. And I just navigated back and forth. If I was on a vacation, and we describe a number of interesting vacations overseas with my father and the family, these adventures, my mom was back home.
Weren't just adventures. You went on safaris, you took pictures in helicopters, you were partying with Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, that's something we described that in there. It was extraordinary.
So once again.
So basically, the Wonder Bread story was a lie. We ain't already know that. This guy's these people are so fake, bro. They're so fake. And I just don't understand how anybody, for that matter, can, and especially in California, could even look to this guy to be a leader, to represent their state, their town, their city, a fucking classroom, for that matter. This dude is a used fucking car salesman. Like, that's all he is, man. In a suit. You know what I mean? These people be ultra wealthy people, bro. You know what I'm saying? They get into these. You come to find out that a lot of these people didn't have just normal upbringings. A lot of them. I think J.D. Vance might have been he's the vice president. And this guy, lived in a hillbilly type environment. Came up, went through school, got into Harvard, all that stuff. I respect that story because at least he's being honest. He's not trying to be like down, like, oh, I could relate because I was eating bread sandwiches with nothing on them, wish sandwiches. Like, come on, bro. These people is clowns, bro, but they just allow them to do it.
Can we just agree Newsome is one of, if not the slimiest governor in the country, a real politician. Meanwhile, south of the border, chaos continuing in Jalisco, Mexico. Uproar breaking out over the killing of Jalisco cartel boss El Mencho. Mexican citizens now asking their government why. How exactly did he end up dead? Not only does his elimination trigger this massive terror reaction by the cartel, which we just saw this weekend, and a leadership vacuum, but he was supposed to be arrested, not killed. Why does it matter? Because if you want to dismantle the cartels, El Mencho would have been the most important witness imaginable. By killing him, they've eliminated one of the most important sources of information and either accidentally or purposely covered up for hundreds, possibly thousands of accomplices. We're talking high-ranking business people, high-ranking politicians in the federal government, local law enforcement, anyone who's on the take, who's taken money from this cartel. This guy would have known. What comes next now are spillover risks to the United States. Here's a list of known Mexican cartels. The Jalisco cartel, El Mencho's, is the largest, most powerful in Mexico, reporting now citing U.S. signals intelligence, warning of potential terror attacks in U.S. border states in the coming weeks. The betting markets now have the odds of a U.S. ground operation in Mexico soaring at 19% chance it happens by next month. President Trump, we know, wants these cartels eliminated. He was asked about sending in U.S. Special Forces recently to eliminate them, to help Mexico, the Mexican military, with doing that. Here's what he said.
So Mexico is saying that I offered to send U.S. troops into Mexico to take care of the cartels. She wants to know, is that true? Do you think I'm going to answer that question?
That's why I'm asking.
I will answer it. It's true. Absolutely. Because they are horrible people that have been killing people left and right, they've made a fortune on selling drugs and destroying our people. We lost 300,000 people last year to fentanyl and drugs. They're bad news. Yeah, that's true. If Mexico wanted help with the cartels, we would be honored to go in and do it.
And there's this viral post on X right now. There's a couple of these, but one of them has gone super viral from allegedly a member of CJNG who flat out says, "We will be hitting the U.S." Look at this. Actually, real quick, before we look at that, a quick message from our friends at Black Forest Supplements. Why is nobody talking about these hidden performance experiments connected to the turn on E? So it was just strongest change from this 300 when Tony, but by Robbins references it 40, they drop by precursors
through first pass.
And the N.G.L.A. It was already an open secret. He didn't.
All right, man. Shout out to RJ Talks TV. We're gonna move on from this. Yeah, so it's a lot going on. Also, man, let me see. I'll pull this up real fast. Because there was also a somebody actually tried to go at how the hell? Oh shit. Somebody actually what they say it's another attempt. Somebody came to Mar-a-Lago
Third world
with
country where the
hold
lights
on,
go off.
my bad. Actually came to Mar-a-Lago with a gas can and a shotgun. Yo, these people are crazy. Let me look it up. Trump. Let's see if we can find some State of the Union. Oh shit, I spelled it wrong. Um, go back to that one. Yeah. Dog, what the hell am I spelling? Let's see what
There
this
was
is.
another assassination attempt on President Trump early Sunday morning. A 21-year-old man drove through the gates of Mar-a-Lago with a shotgun and a canister of gasoline. The Secret Service shot him dead. This is the third attempt on the president's life in less than 2 years, and the Sunday talk shows barely mentioned it. If you're like me, you were expecting something like this, because over the last several months, Trump's enemies on Wall Street and in the city of London have unleashed a massive psychological warfare campaign and a lawfare campaign to stop the tariffs, break the coalition that elected Trump, and remove him by any means necessary.
That's the scary part too, man, about all of this stuff is that you don't know what lengths they're gonna go to, and we didn't already seen. Actually, let me see if I can pull something up with that, because I want to play this Trump talking about the tariff situation, but I also want to see about um, hold on, because yo, these people are crazy, bro. You can't even make some of this shit up, man. I don't know what it's gonna take for people. All right, so you also had this, John. Should I play that? Hmm. It's getting real, bro. It's getting real. Trump got these people going crazy. But even what's the name? Even Bill Maher even recently had let me see. Even Bill Maher recently even said something about like he back not saying he backed Trump, but he kinda put it out there because they keep trying to say, oh, Trump is in the Epstein files and Trump, Epstein, but
the secret pedophile
yeah, it's
ring.
crazy.
When he is mentioned
Listen to this.
38,000 times in the
It's
Epstein
mentioned.
files, he flew repeatedly on Epstein's private jet and then lied about it. He sent Epstein a happy birthday card with a picture of a naked woman talking about their, quote, wonderful secret.
All
To be
speculation.
fair, to show I don't have Trump derangement syndrome, this also came out that the sheriff in Palm Beach testified that in 2006, Trump called and said, everybody knows what's going on there. When I saw, I got the hell out of there.
Yeah, so many are calling this guy, James Tallarico, some type of plant. You see Obama speaking very highly of him. You see Democrats pushing Jasmine Crockett out of the way so this guy can take the Senate here in Texas. And here he is. And I never thought I would see this. You'll see exactly down from going at this guy.
When he is mentioned 38,000 times in the Epstein files, he flew repeatedly on Epstein's private jet and then lied about it.
Just look at the talking points, but it's the same talking points. They prove nothing whatsoever. The files are out. Everybody is drooling over these files. There's so much stuff in these files. And the one thing that they just can't come up with is why Trump isn't in the files. You know what I mean? The way they are. You know what I'm saying? And so it's the same talking points. And this is why Bill Maher is like, well, well, they actually said this also in the files too, which is
He
true.
sent Epstein a happy birthday card with a picture of a naked woman talking about their, quote, wonderful secret. So the fact that QAnon thought that guy was going to take down the secret pedophile ring when he's right in the middle of it, I think was clearly wrong.
Who's the president right now? President Trump. Who signed the order to release the files? President Trump did.
Well, there's a lot of pressure from folks like you to make him do that.
And I'm proud to have done so, but he also signed it the same day it was passed.
To be fair, to show I don't have Trump derangement syndrome,
no, he did.
This also came out that the sheriff in Palm Beach testified that in 2006, Trump called and said, everybody knows what's going on there. When I saw, I got the hell out of there, and you should stop doing this. So, like Trump, he's his own worst enemy. He should have just said that instead of saying, I never knew him. I have my picture taken with a lot of people. He could have just said that to begin with. It would have been a much better version.
Wow. So
yeah, but if you know the story about Trump and his mentor, the lawyer guy, I forget his name. Deny everything. So, bro, listen, bro. All I'm saying is I'm not claiming Donald Trump is a perfect man or any of that, right? But I kind of believe that this guy had nothing to do with the stuff that they were doing. And it's off of the lawyer of the victims in front of the victims saying that Donald Trump helped in basically giving them information on getting Jeffrey Epstein, right? He called the Palm Beach police. That was in the files too. This whole story, like a sheriff actually it was documented that Donald Trump actually came and reported Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. So it's just like, bro, they just stuck on Donald Trump, bro. But even a lot of these, see, at some point, people still have a job to do, right? Like Abby Phillips, Dana Bash, and all of them, they all still have a job to do. And even though they suck at their job, at some point, hopefully it's soon, at some point, they got to start just telling the truth, bro. I mean, because if not, I mean, come on, bro. Like most of these TV stations are fucking got no credibility, man. Anyway, let's get into this last segment. So this is Donald Trump talking. This was a couple days ago. Him reacting to the tariff decision that they made. I heard a little bit about it. I didn't really do too much on it, but I know that they struck down some tariffs, and it was judges that he appointed, something like that. So I guess we'll see. But one thing, real quick, one thing about Donald Trump too, is that he already has a plan B and a plan C. That's the good thing. So we already know that when it comes to these things, he's going to have a bunch of roadblocks in his way, whether it's with the Democrats, whether it's with the courts, whatever it may be. He already knows this. So he's already 5 steps ahead of them on all of these issues. And so we'll see what comes out of it, though.
It's a lot of people.
This will be the last thing.
That's a new record. We set a record every time. Well, thank you very much for being here.
I'm going to let this play a little
bit. The Supreme Court's ruling on tariffs is deeply disappointing, and I'm ashamed of certain members of the court, absolutely ashamed, for not having the courage to do what's right for our country. I'd like to thank and congratulate Justices Thomas, Alito, and Kavanaugh for their strength and wisdom and love of our country, which is right now very proud of those justices. When you read the dissenting opinions, there's no way that anyone can argue against them. There's no way. Foreign countries that have been ripping us off for years are ecstatic. They're so happy. And they're dancing in the streets, but they won't be dancing for long, that I can assure you. The Democrats on the court are thrilled, but they will automatically vote no. They're an automatic no, just like in Congress. They're an automatic no. They're against anything that makes America strong, healthy, and great again. They also are a, frankly, disgrace to our nation, those justices. They're an automatic no matter how good a case you have. It's a no. But you can't knock their loyalty. It's one thing you can do with some of our people. Others think they're being politically correct, which has happened before far too often with certain members of this court, and it's happened so often with this court. What a shame. Having to do with voting in particular, when in fact they're just being fools and lapdogs for the rhinos and the radical left Democrats, and not that this should have anything at all to do with it. They're very unpatriotic and disloyal to our Constitution. It's my opinion that the court has been swayed by foreign interests and a political movement that is far smaller than people would ever think. It's a small movement. I won by millions of votes. We won in a landslide. With all the cheating that went on, there was a lot of it, but we still won in a landslide. Too big to rig. But these people are obnoxious, ignorant, and loud. They're very loud. And I think certain justices are afraid of that. They don't want to do the right thing. They're afraid of it. This was an important case to me, more as a symbol of economic national security, and also, I would say, just for our country itself, so important. Because we're
Yo, hold on, bro. Because I got to find this clip, too. I think this clip would be way better to play than to play this. Because it sums it up. Let me see if I can find it. Who played that? Because I think it was Indiana governor or mayor. He was on one of these. Let's see if I can find it. No, it's not it. Damn, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it, man. Fuck. I'm mad. Yeah, we seen that too. Yeah, they're actually coming out now too, and actually saying that basically when they get back in power, they're letting it be known that they're not letting nothing go. They're coming for retribution and all of that stuff. So, this is it's turning into like a sick thing, to be honest with you. All of this stuff. Damn, I don't know if I can find it. Let me see if I can just. Let's see if I can pull it up. Um, damn. I don't know if I can find it, man. Damn. I forget which panel he was on. I forget which show he was on. I think he was on fucking damn, man. Anyway, man. But he was talking about, man, I gotta find this, bro. It's blowing my shit. Because he was talking about how the tariffs were actually a good thing, how it was actually going to start. Uh, because this is the thing with it, right? From how I understand it, is that there was a deal that was done decades ago, I believe, that basically shipped manufacturing here in America overseas, right? So we lost a lot of um, manufacturing businesses here in America to this deal, this world order, you could call it basically. And what Trump is doing is basically saying, scratch all of this shit that y'all trying to still continue to do, which is basically America getting taken advantage of by everybody, right? So Trump is saying, no, we're not doing that no more. This is what we're doing. And this is why he imposed the tariffs on these other countries, because he wants to bring them to the table, which he did with a lot of them, with the EU, with Japan, with numerous countries. He brought them to the table to make long-term deals with. That's what the tariffs that he implemented were mainly for. And so he also had a lot of businesses saying, you know, he was incentivizing a lot of businesses to come back to America with with the low taxes, and incentivizing them, if you manufacture here in America, we'll give you, I think it's 17%, if you manufacture here in America, to be like 15 or something like that. It was something like some deal like that he's trying to do to bring manufacturing back to America. That's the thing. He's trying to have us, America, industries booming again here. America made products. And that's how I see the tariffs. They try to say, oh, it's a tax, or whatever the case may be. But I think on the short end, you could consider it to be a tax, but on the long term, that, this brings um, manufacturing back to America. That means a lot of these states are going to be booming even more, which in the long run brings down a lot of costs. And on top of that, these other countries paying tariffs, paying money to America for selling goods in America, to me, it just sounds like what it should be anyway. Because tell me how it's okay for other countries like China to tariff us for our goods, but yet we can't tariff them. Like, come on, what are we talking about, bro? This is how you know this stuff is bigger. That's why he said, this is why he made the statement about, you know, foreign interests having something to do with the decision that was made. You know what I'm saying?
doing so well as a country. We've never done so well. The good news is that there are methods, practices, statutes, and authorities as recognized by the entire court in this terrible decision, and also as recognized by Congress, which they refer to, that are even stronger than the IEEPA tariffs available to me as President of the United States. And in actuality, I was very modest in my ask of other countries and businesses because I wanted to do, and it's very important, I wanted to be very well behaved because I wanted to do anything, I didn't want to do anything that would affect the decision of the court, because I understand the court. I understand how they are very easily swayed. I want to be a good boy. I have very effectively utilized tariffs over the past year to make America great again. Our stock market has just recently broken 50,000 on the Dow, and simultaneously, and even more amazingly, broken 7,000 on the S&P, two numbers that everybody thought upon our landslide election victory could not be attained. Think of that. Nobody thought it was possible to do it within 4 years, and we did it in 1 year. They said, you'll never be able, you'll go back and you read the geniuses, read their statements, all of the Nobel Prize winners in economics. They said, no, you couldn't do it in 4 years. Well, we didn't do it in 4 years. We did it in 1 year. We broke every record in the book, and we're continuing to do so. Tariffs have likewise been used to end 5 of the 8 wars that I settled. I settled 8 wars, whether you like it or not, including India, Pakistan, big ones, nuclear, could have been nuclear. Prime Minister of Pakistan said yesterday at the great meeting that we had, the Peace Board, he said yesterday that President Trump could have saved 35 million lives by getting us to stop fighting. They were getting ready to do some bad things. But they've given us great national security, these tariffs have. And together with our strong borders, reduced fentanyl coming into our country by 30%. When I use them as a penalty against countries illegally sending this poison into our country to poison our youth. All of those tariffs remain. They all remain. I don't know if you know that or not. They all remain. We're still getting them, and we will after the decision. I guess there's nobody left to appeal to. But again, those 3 people, such respect. I've had a lot of respect for them anyway, but such great respect. But other alternatives will now be used to replace the ones that the court incorrectly rejected. We have alternatives. Great alternatives.
Yeah, so and we're gonna end it with that. So basically, he's letting it be known, like, man, this ain't gonna stop the movement, man. You know, so we'll see what happens of it, man. All I care about is prices coming down, things actually benefiting. But it looks like there's a big like I said this plenty of times, bro. With these people, you just don't know the lengths that they're willing to go to, bro. And they're willing to go far, man. And we see it. Look how much money they put behind these protests, busing people from city to city, state to state, to have these weak protests, to protest Donald Trump, bro. You know, and you got at some point, bro. You all just gotta why are they going so hard? Why? Why? It has nothing to do with authoritarian, Trump being a dictator. It has nothing to do with any of that because they know he's not trying to be a dictator. They know that. Understand, bro. Everything that they project is what they want to do. Everything. If you look at, you know, the whole election thing, the rigged elections. You know, they try to say, 2016, Donald Trump colluded with Russia when they were the ones who were rigging elections. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're rigging elections. Actually, you actually got proof of them rigging the 2020 election. But all you got is speculation on the other side. You know what I'm saying? They say Trump wants to be a dictator, but yet they literally let 20 million illegal immigrants in the country, possibly even more, gave them free everything over an American citizen, so that they can vote. And we know that because why are they going so hard not to pass the SAVE Act? Everybody, black, Latino, white, whatever your race is, whatever your culture is, all want voter ID. They all want the elections to be legitimate. And who is going so hard, calling it Jim Crow 2.0? It's racist. It goes against. It's another a slave tactic. Democrats. They don't want you to have to show that you're a U.S.-born citizen because they want these illegal immigrants to vote. They lied about illegal immigrants getting health care. They said, oh, that's impossible. That's against the law. Come to find out, they were getting it. So it's just all lies, bro. How many times do you have to be lied to? Like it's like people just love being lied to on a regular basis from these people. Like, yo, just the chart that I showed on my channel alone, showing that the welfare benefits that illegals get, legal people and that U.S.-born citizens was getting. And the fact that even legal immigrants get more social welfare benefits than actual U.S.-born citizens is crazy to me. Illegal immigrants are getting more, and we know this because we've seen the receipts. $5,000 in food stamps. It was like $14,000 in food stamps this person had on their card. They had cash, thousands of dollars, bro. Thousands. We talking about thousands. It's veterans who fought for this country, who've been living here all of their lives, I've seen get $23 a month in food stamps. Fought for this country, put their life on the line, their own welfare, and only getting a dub. Come on, bro. Stop, man. Stop. This shit's getting out of control, bro. People need to wake up, man. But anyway, man, that's the show for today, man. If you like the show, please do me a favor and hit that like button. Share the video. Also, comment down below whether you agree or disagree like Audrey does, which is all fine. I appreciate all the comments. Also, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button for me. I'm on the road to 1K subscribers. I'm trying to get monetized, and I can't do it without you. So I truly do appreciate everybody who has already hit that subscribe button for me, and for the future you who is about to hit that subscribe button for me to help my channel grow. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get notified every time your boy go live. This your boy SL550. This is the Never Gonna Lose Again podcast. Until next time, I'm out.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams. I know niggas who played ball and gave it up for lean.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams, but my account in overdraft, I'm about to scream.
Rich man greed,
a poor man prayers.
Every man bleeds,
but look how God made us.
Too many losses, it's only right that we win. I made a promise I'm never gonna lose again. Lose again, lose again, lose again, lose again.